Yo, what up, guys? It's a pleasure to welcome you all back to this week's edition of Weekly Market Update. So, as usual, we'll be focusing on just three major pairs. We'll look at DXY, we'll look at GBPUSD, and finally, we look at gold. So, if you've been following me for years now, we discovered that these are just the three major pairs I focus on: gold, BTC, gold, GBPUSD, and then DXY. These are just the three major pairs I look at in the market. And please, before we go forward, if you're new to this channel, I encourage you to kindly subscribe, because by so doing, you'll be encouraging us, you'll be letting us know that you like what you are doing. And if you're looking for a community of Forex traders, especially those who are focused on gold and GBPUSD, I welcome you to our Telegram community. I will be leaving the link at the description section of this video. And finally, before we go ahead, please, I want you guys to leave a fire emoji. Just leave a fire emoji on the comment section of this video. And because of the dark background I am using here, because of my site, basically, please, I want you guys to increase the brightness of your device, maybe your phone, maybe your laptop, whatever device it is you're using to watch this video with. Please increase the brightness so that you can see everything as clearly as possible. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the chart. So before us here, we have the daily chart of DXY, and then of course, looking at it first hand, we see that we have a triangle here. We have a symmetrical triangle, and following the moves, we see what has happened so far. We saw DXY move, pushing up from here, dropping to this very support, went up again, right? Went up. Why is this not reflecting? Okay, went up from there, it went up again, pushed up, came down, pushed up again, came down, and the more it kept dropping, so the more lower it gets. So you would discover that it's making a series of lower highs, right? It was making a series of lower highs. We have series of lower highs here, and then we have a series of higher lows, right? So forming a symmetrical, leading rise to what we call a symmetrical triangle. So the question now is, what next? What else are we expecting? Of course, we can't tell, but then we can look at the chart and deduce the probable thing that would occur this coming week. And what am I seeing here? I see that okay, let me dumb it down to the lower time frame of the 4-hour chart. I see that there are basically two major lines here. There are two major lines. So we have this very down sloping resistance, and also we have this mini down sloping resistance. I think I'll have to join it better. We have something of this nature. Awesome. So we have this major down sloping resistance, and then we have this mini down sloping resistance. And what does that mean? It means that if this DXY pushes up again and then breaks above this minor resistance here, then the next major resistance it will have to face is this very one. This is the next major resistance. For us to get that clearly, let's also switch it to the lower time frame for us to get a better grasp of what I'm talking about. Okay, firstly, we have this very shaded zone here. There is this shaded zone here, which ranges from 102.35 to 102.153, something along that region. And if you look closely, you discover that there is also a yellow line. There is also a line here. And what this line is telling us is that if DSO eventually breaks this very upsloping support, that the next place we should be expecting it is inside this very zone, or inside this very shaded region, because that's the next place it would be nesting. That's the next place it would be cascading down to. But like I said, I like to follow my charts sequentially. I like to follow, because I believe that everything moves in sequence, everything moves step by step. So if this doesn't happen, then that's the probability of the market. That's the probable way of following the market. Okay, so I want to see what happens here. Would this be rejected? Would this very upsloping support we have here, would it reject this downward movement? And if reject it, what else are we expecting? We're expecting a further pushback to this very resistance. Of course, we can't conclude that this is going to happen. These are just probabilities. And in the case that it doesn't get rejected, what else are we expecting? We're expecting that this would push down to this very point. And let's say it gets rejected just as we predicted. It gets rejected there, and then this pushes up. Why is this not coming up? And this pushes up, right? This pushes up to this very place, hits this very resistance, drops a little, what is the next, where is the next place we are expecting this to get to? Which other place are we expecting it to get to? The next major resistance is somewhere around there. But looking at this from the major time frame, I can confidently say that DXY is bearish. At least I think it needs to clear out before any major move. I expect it to at least clear out. Where is this coming up? Okay. Before any major move, I expect it to at least clear out this very shaded zone. It's very necessary that it does that. It's very necessary that it clears out this very shaded zone. Maybe after clearing, it could just negotiate and start pushing up. But like I said, it needs to clear out this very major zone. It's very important that it does that. Okay, dumbing it down to the 15-minute time frame. What else are we seeing? It's literally the same thing we saw on the 1 hour chart. The same thing, this upsloping support we have here. Looking forward to seeing what happens. Will it be rejected? Let me remove this. Will it be rejected as it is here, or will it just break below that and then push down into this very shaded zone? I think a few hours from now, we'll get to, the market will open and then we'll get to see what happens on that. So moving forward, we also look at GBPUSD, which is also the next pair I like to trade. So pretty much everything is moving sequentially, right? Everything is moving sequentially. And of course, I like to, like I said, I like to follow my analysis and I like to follow my charts step by step, right? I like to follow the market, the story it's telling. I'm pretty much a price action trader. Okay, so what do we have here on the okay, no, please, this is gold. This is not time for gold. We want to first look at GBPUSD before we finally close our analysis with gold. Okay, so what do we have on GBPUSD? It's almost the same thing on the daily time frame. Let me remove all this. On the daily time frame, what do we have here? Okay, we have this very why is network lagging? The internet is a bit lagging. That's why the rest of the charts isn't popping up. Okay, it's up now. It's up. Okay, so what do we have here? Firstly, we have this very support here. You can please follow this line. You have this very support here that the market has been leaning on. You see, it came here, tested it, pushed up, tested it here, pushed up, tested it here, pushed up. So what are we expecting? I expect that before any major move, before maybe GU, that's GBPUSD, before GU starts to drop, I expect it to at least clear out this very shaded zone. I expect it to clear out this very major resistance, because it's actually a major resistance that GU needs to clear. And of course, before any sell, before any shorts on the daily time frame, it needs to firstly clear out this very upsloping support, this blue line. I hope this is blue or green, light green, basically. So I expect it to at least break below that before negotiating any major drop. But let's dumb it down to the 1 hour time frame. I think it will pretty much give us a clearer picture of what we are talking about precisely on this very recent move. So looking at this 1 hour chart, what do we have there? We see that there is this very major support that I've been able to outline here. So the idea is this, that as long as price remains above this very upsloping support, we are good, right? GBPUSD, it's pretty much in a bullish movement. But if he eventually breaks it, what it means is that we could expect, if this very upsloping support now, which is donated with a white line, if it gets broken, what it means is that we should be expecting GBP to push down to this very major support. That is the idea. But like I said, I think as it stands now, to a large extent, that GBPUSD is actually bullish. Worst case scenario, the only thing we might see it to is that maybe this is a probable case. We are not concluding everything. So the probable thing that could happen is that maybe if market opens by tomorrow, or not tomorrow, a few hours from now, of course, we also pay key attention to DXY, because like I said in the last video, that both DXY and GBPUSD, they move in opposite direction. This one does the opposite of what the other pair is doing. So you pay key attention to that. So should this one drop further, what I'm expecting is that in worst case scenario, we could see this drop here, pop here, and then push up here, and then pop up. That's that worst case scenario. That's what I'm expecting, because like I said, to all intents and measures, I expect that DXY GBPUSD, I keep making this mistake. I expect that to a large extent, GU needs to take out this very shaded zone. Even if it doesn't complete it entirely, it needs to at least get somewhere around the corridors of this very shaded zone. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting from GU, that's GBPUSD. Okay, so let's also look at the 15 minutes chart to see if the thing will get clear. It's pretty much the same thing, right? It's pretty much the same thing. We have this upsloping support here, right? I'm saying that this might happen. I'm not saying it must, right? And one of the reasons why I said it's still probable is because look at this. We have a build up here. Yeah, we have a build up here on the 15-minute time frame. Let me donate it with the rectangular shape. So we have a build up. Okay, look at this build up, right? We have a build up here. So what it means is that we just need to wait to see what happens. If this breaks below this very major build up, that means GU would be pushing down to this very support. And if it breaks out of it, what are we expecting? We're expecting that GU would do what? Push up to the shaded zone I talked about. So these are just two key scenarios that we have here. Let me denote it with also a yellow line as well. Okay, so we have this. If it breaks above this very rectangular build up we are having here, expect GU to push up to this very zone. And if it breaks lower, right? If it breaks it, what are we expecting? Expect GU to push down to this very support. So these are the key scenarios. So we just give it time. And time will tell, time answers all questions. So that's pretty much it on GBPUSD. And then moving forward, we now finally look at my favorite pair, which is gold. It keeps breaking my heart, but then I can't leave it. I'm in a toxic relationship with gold over the years. It keeps breaking my heart, but then I haven't found the nerve. I haven't found the courage to walk away from the toxic relationship. All right. So what are we expecting on gold? One of the key lessons I learned from gold recently is that never ever doubt a ranging market. Sorry, never ever doubt a trending market. Don't ever doubt how far a trending market can go. My opinion, my bias all this while has always been that if gold gets to $2,500, that it would push down. But where is gold now, my friends? At what is the current price of gold? Gold is currently around $2,508, and it doesn't even look as if like it's gonna stop. All the while I knew that gold had the potential of getting to $2,500, but then I told myself that 2.5 was a psychological level, that if gold gets there, nothing should stop it from pushing down. But look at gold, $2,508. So if you're using trading this on 0.11 lot size, right? That's $80 profit for you from $2,500. That's $80 plus, right? $80.14 profit for you. But anyways, we keep following the market with what it's doing. So let's start from the weekly time frame of gold. So you can see here, I've been able to mark out two the major levels I'm looking at. Remember my strategy, I'm a trend line trader. So when you look at my chart, we'll definitely be seeing a couple of lines and all that. That's my strategy. I trade basically trend lines. And over the years, I've discovered that gold likes to follow trend lines. It respects trend lines very well. Okay, so what are we seeing this here? First of all, we're seeing this very major support, which is this very one, right? Which is currently around here. That is where it has petered out. And then we see the second one, which is this very one. You see, these are touches, 1, 2 touches, no other touch. So I was able to map it out. And then we see the third one, which is this one. I think I should just change the color to be uniform. Let me just change everything to yellow, thin broken yellow lines so that everything would be uniform. Okay, so we see this third one here. There is a touch here, there is a touch here, there is a touch, there is a touch here. So this is literally the major one now that we are paying key attention to. So what it means is that these are levels, right? If anyone gets broken, if this very one gets broken, gold would push down to the next one. If that one gets broken, gold will push down to the next one. So these are the major levels I have been able to mark out. And then we have this very major support level. And fortunately, it's coinciding with this very upsloping support we have here. So what it means is that gold might, this is a probable case right now, so gold might still push down to, if it pushes down, we have this very major support here that is waiting for it. Of course, this is a daily time frame, so I'm not expecting everything to happen once, but I'll just keep the whole thing as it is. So let's push down to the 1 hour time frame to also get a better glimpse of the price movement of gold and our expectation. Okay, so we have this here, we have this here on the 1 hour chart. Don't bother about that internet interruption we just had now. So we have this one, we have this on the 1 hour. This is a major resistance. Yeah, this shaded, the top one, the top shaded zone. This is a major resistance. Okay, and it was at this point that I thought gold would, push down. Of course it did, because when it came here, it pushed down, then pushed up again. So what am I expecting? When we take this thing to 15 minutes time frame, I want us to notice something. There was a breakout and a retest. Yes, there was a breakout. Look at it here. Eventually, we had this very breakout. Look at gold breaking out of this very shaded zone, which is the resistance. So it broke out and came for a retest and continued, right? So there was a breakout, a retest, and a continuation. And when you look closely, we see that I've also been able to mark out another upsloping support. Let me just make everything uniform, still change it to yellow. In this point, in this case, I'm not going to make it a broken yellow. Let me just leave it as should change it to golden color. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So my bias now, what I'm expecting is that if gold eventually breaks below this very upsloping support now, where else am I expecting it to drop to? Of course, I'm expecting it to push down to this very I'm expecting it to push down to this very point now. That's if this very major, the condition is if and only if this very major resistance support line is broken. If it gets broken, the next place I'm expecting gold to get back to is this very shaded zone, right? So that's that on that. I've been able to mark out these major key levels, but then it wouldn't really be smart if we decide to take a short trade on this until this very upsloping support is broken. So we want to wait until this very support is broken. If it gets broken, then we take a short. And where are we expecting to take profit? Somewhere around from 2484 to 2479, somewhere around this very region. That's why we'll be expecting to take profit. Let's also look at something. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart for us to get a better picture of what I'm talking about. Looking at this now, there was a breakout here on the 4-hour. And after the breakout on the 4-hour, market hasn't come down to retest. So what it means is that the 4-hour is also telling us that there is also a probable case of gold coming back to retest, because so far on the 4-hour, we haven't had the retest. We only saw the retest on the 15 minutes time frame. 4-hour hasn't given us a clear retest, because looking at this candle, this is just literally a clean breakout. This is just a clean breakout. It doesn't come for a retest. So my mind is open. My mind is open to every eventuality of gold, what gold would be doing this week. But like I said, no shorting of this market until gold breaks this very upsloping support that we have here on the chart. All right, guys. So that's just what I wanted to share with us on this week's analysis. And please remember that trading is all probability. There is no guarantee of anything working in your favor. There is no hard and fast rule to it. Just be amenable, right? Be fluid, be water. Just open your mind. Don't have a rigid mindset when you're approaching the market, so that you can be able to easily adjust whenever the market decides to do the opposite of what you expected it to do. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you. Please, if you like this content, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, drop a fire emoji on the comment section, and please talk about this our channel. Join us on the Telegram community of forex traders, where we continuously look at GU, gold, and then of course the SY. So that will be all for this week. Till I come your way again. Hands ahead. Salute.